Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a Sunday stream. Yes, it's Sunday. I'm just gonna be streaming tonight. I want to work on some music, so figured why not as well stream, right? So welcome. No, Michael, sorry, I haven't checked the patches. To be honest, where did you send them? Because I keep forgetting, but where did you actually send the patches? Not sure where it was, or maybe I have forgotten, but maybe we've chatted somewhere and you sent me something and I just forgot. Or maybe I already downloaded them. That's also an option. I'm not sure. Well, just hit me up and on Discord. Ah, okay. I'll have to check. I'll have to check later. Oh man, I woke up this morning and I had a really short amount of sleep because of the annoying time change that happened. So the time went forward 1 hour, of course, so I woke up really late today and I have this annoying pain in my shoulder. You know that feeling, right? You wake up and you're like, what the hell did I do last night? But yeah, we're just gonna make some music. Let's see. Let me go full screen on Ableton and let's hop over to the other view. Just that one. This is just the same project from Friday. I wanna make some basses. I think I wanna make some kind of a drop and see what kind of a drop would be cool for this. Yeah, I think that would be good. So I'll just play the intro that I have right now, which is just the basically the same pad. I actually fixed the driver thing that we had on Friday, the issue where we had crackling issues on the ASIO driver. I updated Ableton to live 11.0.1, which is the new build, and it actually worked again. So if you guys hear any crackling audio issues or anything, then just let me know and I'll switch back over to the other driver that I was using on Friday. But now I'm actually back on ASIO, so that should be better. I have this one not frozen anymore, so that was the issue as well on Friday. When I had this one frozen, then it would just be playing back fine. But with this one unfrozen, it would give us like crackling audio issues. Basically like the same thing what you would get if there's like something with a lot of processing on it and it's just too much for your computer. Now this does have a lot of processing on it, but my CPU wasn't really spiking anything crazy or anything like that, so that's not the issue. So there was something happening, but I think I fixed it. So let's see. Yeah. So you're just playing fine now. And the audio seems to be coming in fine as well, so yeah. Not sure what was happening Friday. Yeah, I'm on Windows. So that's that vocal. I did a little bit more on it. I think I want to make it a little bit lower pitched. I think I played around with a bunch of automation with this. Yeah, I have to check. We have to tweak the vocal to be exactly right. The vocal's made with Vital, so I'm actually going to use that. I think I like it. That cacophony. I think I like that word to put in front of the drop. Just gonna sort of like tweak it to be on the right pitch. No, it's I think what happens, I've been talking to somebody else as well, and it seems to be happening at least on people with Intel CPUs. That's the one thing that we've established, that people with Intel CPUs seem to have a lot more issues than people with AMD CPUs. So might be something with that as well. Now I do know that there's people on Mac that have issues too, so it's not just Windows only. There's actually people that have issues on Mac as well, but it's weird. It Ableton Live 11 every now and then gives these like I turned the CPU overload. I turned that one off because otherwise this meter right here is just going to be overload. That indicator is just going to be turned on all the time because it's not like my CPU is overloading all the time, but Ableton Live 11 thinks it is for some reason. And yes, we have this new metering thing with the current metering that's a bit more accurate because it updates quicker, and that one spikes every now and then, but the CPU itself isn't really, you know, being overloaded. If I check on my computer and check in the task manager on what my CPU is actually doing, it's not really having any issues. So there is something happening that sort of like makes this display, that current display, you can see I'm on average as well right now, because that current display, something is throwing the reading off on that one. I'm pretty sure, and there's other people as well that have been saying the same thing. And the same thing goes for the disk overload right here. It's not switched on right now, but you'll see every now and then this button right here, which says disk. Right now you can see it because it's not enabled, but it's like a little indicator that will indicate when Ableton has a hard time loading certain samples from your hard drives. That one also turns on every now and then, and the weirdest thing is that it doesn't happen with the same samples in Live 10. So it's definitely an issue with Live 11, because on Live 10 it doesn't happen, and I can use the exact same samples that are stored on the exact same hard drives, and the disk indicator does nothing. It's like it's just like, yo, everything is fine. But on Live 11, every now and then with those same samples, it'll turn on. So there is something happening there as well that, in my opinion, I think something, because they've changed the whole metering here with the CPU metering and all of that, I think there is still something there that's bugged, and that's, you know, giving, I guess, wrong readings for certain people. But they'll probably figure it out. They'll probably fix it. As long as it's not going to turn into one of those things like the pitch bend bug, then it should be fine. Yo, Dums and Mirrorman, yo, welcome. So I was playing around on that pad with Portal, and I think I did some Portal automation on it. Yeah, I did some automation with Portal. I think it's a little too much in certain sections, so I might have to play around with that a little bit, but I actually like what Portal does on that pad. I don't think the CPU usage is in fact worse. I think it's just the reading that's worse. Or that because they changed that, it's just giving issues in certain machines. Yeah, it's a bit too much. Okay, let's get rid of that Portal. And I'm just gonna freeze this layer again, because every time I go back to the start you get that high-pitched buzz, which is not supposed to be there, so let's just freeze that pad so it doesn't do that. But yeah, there is definitely still some bugs with Live 11 that are, you know, there's still some issues that need to be fixed. But, you know, that's probably gonna be fixed. I'm just waiting for the new version to come out. I did see that the 11.0.1 update was out, and well, it has been out for a bit, but I hadn't updated yet, so I did that, and that actually fixed the issue from Friday with the driver, so that's good again. Okay, now I can delete this, and then I don't have to do this automation right here. Yeah, okay. That's better. Yeah, there's definitely more issues on 11, that's true. There's issues on 11 that are not happening on 10. And that is absolutely true, because I have actually tested it out. The issues that I was having with the CPU metering and the disk overload in particular. The disk overloading thing is really annoying, because it tells every time it says, yo, the disk is overloading, but it's not. And because of that, you're actually not seeing the real disk overloads when they do happen, which is kind of annoying, you know? So I hope they can fix that one soon. The CPU indicator I'm not too concerned about, because I can turn it off. But you cannot turn off the disk indicator thing. That's just gonna tell you when something is wrong. But if it also tells you that something is wrong when there isn't anything wrong, that's a bit of an issue. But I mean, we'll see how long it takes them. You know what I'm gonna do? Instead of just doing this, I'm just gonna commit to this pad, because I like the pad. After the stream from Friday, I had been playing around a bit with some synths in the intro, and I made a really cool synth. I can show you what it sounds like. I resampled the hell out of it, so I have a whole bunch of different versions of it now, and it sounds like this. Let's see, where is it? Here, these ones. Yo, why can't we hear that? Ah, okay. Now it should work. All kinds of weird. And I resampled it a bunch of times with Portal. To get more weirder ones. Slowed it down. But I really like the synth. And I was playing around with it, and the more I started doing that, the more I actually the more I went further away from this vibe that this pad is giving, that really tense kind of vibe. So what I'm actually gonna do is just commit to this pad, and this is gonna be the main part of the intro. It's just gonna be this dense, tense pad sound with a lot of modulation on it. But the pad actually consists of 2 layers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna duplicate this. So instead of committing to the entire pad and just having that as one sample, I'm going to solo layer 1 on this first layer, on this first one, and I'm gonna solo the pitch bend layer on the other one, so I can, if I have to, process them differently later on down the line. It's probably gonna be a good thing to do. Yo, Gray, welcome. Disk overload on an SSD made me chuckle. Yeah, true. On an SSD it shouldn't really happen at all, but the samples I am loading that are most likely stored on a 7200 RPM drive, so not an SSD, but still, that should not be an issue. Damn, I just drank a whole bottle of sparkling water, and yeah, that says enough, I think. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's really an issue with Ableton 11, I'm 100% sure, because, like I said, I had a couple of moments when I was working on a project that had, like, nothing in it, except for a couple of drum samples. That was the only thing I had in that project file, and I was like, the disk overload is turning on every time when those samples hit, and I'm like, that's weird. In Live 11, by the way. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Let's go into Live 10. Make the exact same project file with the exact same drum samples. It was like a 2-bar drum loop or something made from a couple of one-shot hits. And I did the same thing in Live 10, and the disk overload was not popping up. So I was like, what is it then? I mean, you're not gonna tell me that one piece of software is not able to load the samples from the disk while the other one is. You know, that's no. So, yeah, it is. It's definitely an issue. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's only that the thing turns on right here, that indicator, but it's not actually having any issues, because when that thing turns on, normally when you have a disk overload issue and that disk overload indicator turns on, you also hear it, because you'll hear a glitch in the audio, like a little audio dropout or a little piece of distortion happening, and that's not happening. I sometimes see this disk overload just turned on like all the time, and the audio plays fine. So I'm like, well, okay, whatever. I'm warming the sparkly water, yeah, I guess inside myself. So now I can just take these two and freeze them both. And if I have to go back to the old pad, I can always go back, because I saved the version of the project file. Or I saved the project file as a new version before the stream. But that shouldn't... I shouldn't have to do that. It's also nice to have them separately, because the main pad is just playing an E note, and the pitch bend layer is playing an E minor chord, and it's pitch bending that chord, so it might be nice to have them separately from each other. And just flatten both of those. Okay. And now it's also easy to get rid of that tail. I just mute that completely. There's a little bit of LFO happening on the group, and I automated the mix in as well. So it's just this shape, but it's on the volume, but it's the amount of that LFO on the volume is being faded in over time during the intro. So at the start of it, the pad almost has no movement on the volume at all. See, it sounds more like a sustained pad. And then over time it comes in. So that's kind of nice. That's better. So now let's just chuck an EQ on both of these, or I guess, yeah, I'll put an EQ on both channels for now, so I can see if there's any low end in these. A little bit maybe, but there's no low end in them, and it's EQ'd here anyway, so, well, I mean, I'll leave them on there. No big deal. Okay, what kind of a drop do I want to do on this track? That's the question. Yeah, okay, I like that. Just having that first beat without the shakers and then making them come in on the snare, that might be good to do. Let's see. Hey, that's too long, yeah. Just want one beat. The pad and sample and drums are all saying do something Matthewsy. Yeah, I kind of agree. I would say something minimal, maybe a hollow bass that just rides through the first part of the drum. Not sure how minimal it's gonna be, but we'll see. I think I want to have like a little noise bass step on the first beat though, so I'm just gonna make that real quick. It should already be high passed, but just to be sure, no, the noise. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can make that work with that noise on an octave lower. Or to me, at least that oscillation in the noise is now an octave below what the sub is. Gives it a pretty gritty sound. We can play around with... See, I wish you could just do an oscillator direct out so that I could use a different shape here, but... Or a different shape for the sub, but... I guess we can use that one. What if I do a little... Maybe Saturn, so that's around 800 hertz, I think. Not sure where the bends are. Oh, here. There we go. Somewhere around this area, so between 1K-ish. Okay, it cannot be narrower than that. Okay, we'll just make it something like this. Then can we distort just that layer? Not this, not that. Or can I just turn that off? Oh wait, we have a mix. That's even better. And then just do some tube on this one. Can we... Okay, no, I don't like that. Fuck it. Fuck it. It does kind of sound nice with that, so let's leave that on. Let's put an EQ after that. Like, it might look counterintuitive to first add something there, but then take it out again, but... that actually works. Cool. What can we do on the mids? I could maybe try this one. Yeah, band mix is off. Ah, okay, that was it. Ah, yeah, I see. I see, so that one is off. Ooh. I actually like it without, so this one is also off. Ah, yeah, there we go. Well, I'm not sure if I... let's just leave it like that. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Yo, medic. Okay, this one needs to be lower, I feel. That vocal. Let's see, there is something connected to... this is the formant, yes. Okay, so this should control... ah, yeah, definitely. That's better. Let's just whack a Serum on there. Not sure why, but I'm feeling like using Serum today. I can do that later. Let's make a little plucky shape so I can hear what I'm doing. Just do something like this maybe. The envelope mode. Yeah, so I can hear what I'm doing. Sounds a little hollow, so maybe actually would be... Well, it kind of works for what you were talking about. Make a hollow bass. Just needs to be processed, but... Cool. So this one is now different from this one. Let's move A to B. No, why did you... What the fuck did you do? Don't do that. just do it on this one. Yeah, so now I have that one. And that might actually be nice. Let's do some filter movement on it, maybe. And then probably okay. Let's add a sub, direct out, so that that one is bypassing everything. So that is doing that, or we could add a separate sub. But for now we can do it like this and then maybe do that one later, or I could just do this, that also works I think. Yeah, we don't have to direct out this one because it's not running through the filter. I don't want this one to change, so let's maybe give it a little bit of that same volume movement. Okay, cool. Bit of the noise maybe. That's totally going to be one of the things I'm going to have to do. So, modulate curve, LFO bus 1, macro 3. LFO curve. Okay, a little bit less though. Okay, that works. Now, because I have a separate sub, it is running through the effects though, so I could direct out it if I don't want that, but let's just see what happens. I guess doing direct out might be best, so that this is not gonna run through the effects, and then I can do whatever I want on the effects, and it's not really gonna make any difference in terms of like stereo wise, because the sub is still gonna remain mono, and I can always do like I can do reverb in here for instance, and it would still work fine, although I don't like the Serum reverb, so I probably would do a different one. Let's try some distortion first. Yeah, see, I want to hear what happens if we have that sub running through there as well. See, that's more what I'm looking for. Because then that sub is actually so like interacting with the distortion as well, and that kind of changes the mid-range a bit. See, I like it at the start there, so listen to the start. See how it just interacts with that? Now, what a lot of people would probably do is do this and say, oh, my bass is now fat as fuck. But I really don't like that phase shift that it's doing, so I'm not gonna do that. Like, I mean, it does kind of work on this example. But I want to see what happens if we take this one instead. Any tips for writer's block? It's been a while that I can't write music. Just do weird stuff. Experiment, I guess. That would be the like when I experiment, most of the time I end up finding something that I like, you know? And sometimes, like when you're just not feeling writing tracks, just sit down and make sounds, you know? You don't have to write music all the time. You can also just make sounds and make patches for the synths that you use a lot. Do stuff like that, you know, and save them as presets so that when you're working on tracks, you can actually use them. It makes things a lot easier. And most of the time, you also learn from doing that. You know, just playing around, making patches, not really caring too much about the you know, the arrangement that you're gonna put them in. A lot of times you're going to be learning a lot about, you know, how synthesis works and how you actually can make sounds. So I would definitely recommend doing that more often, just every now and then sit down and don't care about writing a track, just make sounds and experiment and just open your plugin library and check out and see like, oh, or maybe not even your plugin library, but open up the effects in Ableton or in whatever DAW that you're using and just look at the entire list and go to yourself, which effects do I always use and which effects do I never use? And then start using the ones you never use and see what happens to the sounds that you would normally put other effects on. And just see what happens. Because a lot of times you'll probably end up finding something that makes you go, whoa, that's cool. You know, it's just, if you don't try, you're never gonna find something. So, definitely recommend doing that. Holy shit, I need to piss already. I haven't even started 45 minutes ago. I'm gonna take a piss real quick, because that's not gonna end well. It's probably that sparkly water that I drank before the stream. I'm gonna be back in a little bit. I really need to piss like crazy. So, give me a minute. There we go. Much better. Let's see, let's make these continue. That's better. Way better. Like it doesn't require that big gap in the drums, to be honest. The horn type pads are great for the intro. Yeah, I really like those as well, and it's actually really funny. Well, I can't show the original patch anymore because I removed it. Well, I can still show it. Let me bring it in, because the horns were actually made from a completely different sound. Because if I take everything off from this layer, it's actually just this pad, which is just a string sound. So that's it. It's actually just a string layer. And that has been processed to create two different pads from it. One is this one that sounds still more like that string, but it has like all kinds of stuff that's rising and falling down in pitch, or it's pitching the harmonics up and down, but it leaves the fundamental frequency there. And then the other one is the same thing, but then processed in a different way. So yeah, that's definitely cool. Bunshin inspired, not necessarily. I made that pad earlier, and that's what we had last Friday, and I actually started writing this intro, but we didn't really get anywhere, so that wasn't really, it wasn't the best stream last Friday. So that's also why I figured let's just stream again today. Now, what's that? Okay, let's just get rid of those breaks. Not using them anyway. And then I also took out that intro head, because I didn't like it anymore for this intro. Because that pad is just the main vibe of the intro. It's just a very tense sort of like pad, and there might have to be some extra stuff happening on top of it in this section, but I can figure that out later. You know, the main sort of like thing in the intro is there, which is that pad. Right? That's just the main sort of like thing in the intro with that pitch bending horn like thing on top. I guess that one has a bit of a... What was the track called? I know what you mean. I know which track you mean, but I forgot the title of the track. I forgot the title, but I know I know what you mean. It definitely sounds like a track that he has done. I'm gonna change this up. Let's see. Like, we could also do something different with this sound. Like, we have that automation. Ah, that was it. Yeah, I don't know how I don't even know how to pronounce that. Eclodite, I guess. what we can do. What happens if we do this? Oh, that actually is kind of cool. Do I split my sub and my synth sounds? Well, depends. It really depends on the track and really depends on the sound. Like in this one, there is sub in it already, but I might layer a separate sub under it later if I feel like it needs that. Like for now this works. The sub is fine, so for now I can get away with it, but maybe later I decide like, okay, now the sub is actually, you know, maybe I post-process it later and I decide like, okay, the sub is actually, you know, getting a bit muddy or something like that, then I might take it out and just add a separate one. Yo, Fricty. That could be fun. Can I just... That might be better. I'm gonna try something out. Let's do this. Do that. Then I can just put this one on the snare and offset that. Now I can just change this pattern in here, and it's going to be the exact same. Acolyte, that was it. Okay, let's see what happens if we use the Serum reverb. I don't like that one, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, that sounds like fucking ass. It's such a metallic mess. Like, I just don't like the sound of it at all. Like, even unplayed it sounds like shit. The Pro TT one, I'm going to be releasing that one soon. There's currently one tutorial that's sort of like in the waiting list to be released, and the one after that is going to be the video about this rack, and then I will also put this rack up on my Patreon. Yeah, we need a different reverb for this one. I'm just gonna add a separate reverb here, and I'll add it in front of this one. Let's see what happens, because that should bring out a lot of the reverb. I can do... See, I like it when we are not gonna affect the original sound too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a rack in here before this one. Just create one chain that's completely dry. And then make one, and I'll just call it wet. That's gonna be where the reverb is gonna be on. And then let's map the volume to this to macro 1 here. And then I can just call this one reverb. it's not the mix. Reverb gain. Welcome Ryan to the stream. Or you can do the sidechain reverb. Yeah, I can sidechain the reverb. Totally agree with that. The Vitals reverb is magnitudes better than the Serum one. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Vitals reverb is actually really damn good. Like, it has a really good reverb algorithm compared to a lot of synths actually that I tried. So, yeah, definitely +1 for the reverb in Vital. 100%. The Serum reverb just always sucked, in my opinion. It just I've never been a really a big fan of it. The Ableton's built-in reverb is always one I struggle to get a good sound from. To be honest, the Ableton reverb isn't that bad. You might have to tweak a little bit with the options and the parameters to kind of get a good sound out of it, but it's not that bad. It's actually pretty decent. It's just that, you know, there's way better ones out there. But for like a stock reverb, the Ableton reverb is pretty good. It's just, at least it doesn't sound as like a metallic mess as the one in Ableton or in Serum does. But like, in my opinion, like Valhalla reverb's all the way, mate. Totally. But the Ableton reverb is good though. It has a couple of like interesting features that you can use. But it's very simple reverb. It's nothing like crazy. But it's good. It's definitely a good one though. Like, I use it a lot when I want to make a nice pad sound out of anything, basically, because it has that freeze button in the reverb, so you can basically just freeze the reverb signal, and you just get, like, I don't know, for as long as you keep that button frozen, it's just going to be outputting reverb. That's just a sustained sound, so you can turn any kind of sound into a really long sustained sound with that reverb, and you don't get those, like, artifacts that you would get when you stretch a sound really long, right? So it's a really good one. But yeah, in my opinion, Valhalla DSP, yeah, Valhalla reverbs are just, in my opinion, one of the better ones out there. I really like the sound of them. So there's a couple other good ones though. Like I'm also a big fan of the UVI Spark Verb. I don't use it a lot, but it has a really good sound as well. But there's a couple of other ones, you know. I guess Tora Verb by D16 is pretty good. FabFilter Pro R is pretty good as well, but it's just really complex, so it can be quite difficult to get a good sound out of it as well, but it also gives you a lot of really creative options. You know, with Pro R you can like control all the curves of the decay time and all of that, and you can add really long decay time to specific frequencies while all the other frequencies have a really short decay time, stuff like that. You can literally make reverbs that would be almost impossible to have in real life environments, but that's why Pro R is kind of cool for sound design, I guess. I don't have the Native Instruments Realm reverb. Yeah, to be honest, I have played a little bit with the hybrid reverb in Ableton, but I haven't really gotten too much good results with that one, to be really honest. I am a really big fan of the Spectral Resonator. The Spectral Resonator is just, what the hell? That one is just so good. That's actually used on this pad as well. Like, I can show you what it does on this pad. Like if we just put a Spectral Resonator on this pad right here. See, so that's the pad. We can tune this to, for instance, E, which is the key of the track. We can increase the decay time. Let's bring the dry wet down. So we're mixing that into the pad now. We can give that some unison. We can use one of the different modes. Granular mode is the weirdest. And then you can hear it in that pad as well, but what I did is I used this stretch knob right here. And what that does is it kind of pitches all the harmonics up and down, but it leaves the fundamental harmonic just the same. So it's really weird. Like, listen. We can... I'm so in love with this thing. This is so good. Can do some really interesting stuff, but I already did this on this pad, so it's not getting a bit crazy now. But you can tune it, and you can pitch that around, and it's really cool. And that's also how I did some of the... how I made the chord in this layer, because this layer is basically playing an E minor chord. This one. Some of the lower harmonics in this are playing together. It's creating the harmonics that you would get with an E minor chord. And that's because it's a couple of different layers that are pitched around differently with that Spectral Resonator. And I think there was a corpus in here as well that was also pitched around to, I think, yeah, it was just pitched around to E, G, and B, which is an E minor chord. It's really good for risers, yeah. That's, I mean, technically this pad is kind of a riser. Like, from the second half on, like in the first section it kind of just comes in. It's sort of like fading in with a reverb that's being automated and all that kind of stuff, and that's all printed in the file now, because I did that previously in a different version of it. But then in this second half, that's where the Spectral Resonator and the corpus are being pitched around. In I think the corpuses are going down in pitch and the Spectral Resonator is going up in pitch, or vice versa, one of the two. And that is really creating that tense feeling in the second half of this pad. Like, by itself, here, listen, you can hear it. It just stays really much on E right here, it's just... And then now in the second half, this is where it's actually starting to pitch it all around. See, that's where that layer comes in, that rises in pitch. And that's the Spectral Resonator. So technically that is just sort of like a riser. Okay, so we have a reverb chain here now. Let's do this, and let's change this here to 0. So this one is now going from 0 to 0, or infinity to 0. Let's give it the same color as that. And now I can put a reverb on there, and I can put any reverb on there. So that's gonna be fun. Which reverb should we take? See, we could use the FabFilter one. FabFilter is really cool because of these curves. You can do so many creative things with that. There's a couple of ones in here, I think. It's just done by size of the space. But there's a couple of ones with like comb filters and stuff, I think, which are really weird. Not sure where they are. Yeah, see, stuff like that, so you can like notch out frequencies, and it's really cool. But yeah, no, let's just use the FabFilter or the Valhalla one. Let's just do vintage verb. Let's go to that one. I'm gonna leave the mix at 100% as well. So we're really just getting this. It's getting really crazy now, but you're only hearing the reverb, so bear with me. Let's put an EQ after that. This is doing the FM on that, so we can of course play around with this. Like, I don't need this one per se, I can always This is the amount of FM right here. Are we gonna keep saying that now? Also hearing some... No, it's not in that. It's somewhere else. Whatever. Kinda like that. What if I take this one and do that? Oh, that's kinda cool. That's kinda cool. Let's try doing a little bit more filtering at the end. No, I haven't tried the Inspired by Nature stuff, but I did install it already, but I haven't tried them yet. Oh, it actually gets rid of the noise. Don't want that. Let's not do that. I actually like the noise in there. Could use, oh wait, I could use this in a different way though. We could, do a notch or something. Like with a notch we could probably... Or I could try a peak. What do we call that? Low boost or something? Doesn't really matter. I already feel it. Serum is getting glitchy when I move this while it's playing. Let's hope it's not gonna fuck it up. Yeah, I just saved. I want to do a different pattern because I do feel it's too similar to what that track is. Now it sounds even more like it. It's a different pattern now, though. His pattern is doing that dun 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 dun, that kind of a repetition, which I kind of feel like I want to have it repeat here, maybe. Actually like it more like that. The reverb is too loud. No, not yet. It's fine. It's fine for now. I kind of just, it screams for this pattern. But that's too similar, and I agree. I did something different. Actually. Why is there... Oh, there's not. Whatever. Looks like it looked like there was a little MIDI note there, but there's not. See? Right here. Where's that one coming from? See a little note right here, but I'm not sure why that's there. And if I zoom in, there is something there. Where? I do see a little note here. Now it's gone. That was weird. It was probably so short that we couldn't even see it in the MIDI editor. Whatever. Yeah, it just kind of wants to repeat there. That's the whole point. Like, it just kind of wants to repeat this. It just sounds more energetic. Now we have that annoying thing again. Oh, there it is. Oh. Yeah, it just needs to be like that. Yo, Angelite, welcome. So I could just copy this and call it a day. That was the stream, boys. That was it. I need a drink. Just add the pitch modulation already. What are you talking about? Yeah, it needs a different vibe too. So, yeah. It needs a different vibe too than this one though. I feel it, like when it comes in, it just doesn't sound right. So... I think it just goes down one semitone in that tune. I think what it's doing is it's doing this and then going down one semitone, so you get like that's what that is doing, which actually sounds really cool. But I don't want to copy that tune, if you get what I mean. Now we're gonna have every different combination tried. Oh, that one actually is pretty nice. But then we're gonna keep going with that same vibe, which is not what we should be doing, I guess. Yeah, I think if I do this, it's gonna be even more like it. Okay, fuck it. Goodbye, dead bass. Different plan. So I do like that first bass. Like that. Needs more high end though. Needs more. Needs more that. Okay. I'm thinking what kind of a groove I want to do with this intro. What should come after it. See if we can find the right notes first. That's obviously going to be the most important thing that we need to find out. Let's just maybe do a little quick Reese boy. Yo, of course. Yep. Let me just do that real quick. Always Serum. Always Serum. And when you're moving knobs, it suddenly crashes. Guess that is a sign that we're gonna use something else than Serum. Let me reboot Ableton. That first step is just some noise with a sub. Yes, I want to recover my work. Come on, Ableton, you can do it. It's always Serum. I don't know why. Vital incoming, yeah. Pretty much. Okay, let me... because the automation is stuck. Let me save the project under a new name. And then reload that again. So the automation is unstuck. There we are. That really low one is actually gonna be... it might actually be pretty fun. Just need to find a good... kind of a patch are we gonna do with that sound like shit? Ooh, ba-da-dun. It is. Yeah, ta-da. What is the best way to ensure wide basses like these are nice in mono? By making sure they're not too wide, I guess. Drum and bass tempo is around 170 beats per minute. I'm at 174 right now. Whatever. What was that? Let me check. What was that? Oh? Not sure. I saw something pop up and I clicked it away and I don't see anything. Well, never mind. Whatever. Let's go back. Never mind, I don't know what that was. Yeah, definitely. You definitely just put like a utility on the master and set that to mono, and then check your track every now and then. I always have a utility on my master right here, and I can always switch it to mono just to be sure and check what it sounds like in mono. I'm thinking what I want to do in terms of a drop. What can work for the groove? Has such a weird feel on it. I don't know where that is coming from. Probably the heavy compression that's happening. Oh wait, the chorus maybe. Or not. Kuba, what are you talking about? I just fucking answered you. I just answered your question, so maybe you should open your ears. Yeah, this one just works as sort of like a first step here, but... Don't fully like the sound though. But we need a groove for the drop, but I have no clue what I want to do yet. I'm thinking... but I don't have any ideas yet. Let's see, what do I have here? We have some bass here. I'm tempted to just use something from one of those long files. Like, I'm tempted to just use something from that. This could actually be quite fun. Now it says that this is in G, but my guess is that it's all over the place. Yeah, see, that's D. But I would probably just find a interesting sound in here. Look, it's a really long. It's all that stuff with form. Thought I heard some good notes. Ah, there we go. Those are weird. They're really out of phase though, I think. Not sure. Such a weird layer here. No, FabFilter Pro L on the master is just there in case I peak above 0 and I don't want to hurt you guys' ears and I don't want to hurt your guys' speakers. So, it's literally just there. That's it. Oh, it's adding 2 decibels of gain. That's it. But, like, I could turn it down because it's not really doing much right now. Oops. Okay, that layer sucked. Let's get rid of it. I'm gonna save this one though because it is kind of a nice sound. Maybe I can use it later. Let's create another audio track. Not sure if I'm gonna use this one. I can just put it on this track. Not sure if I'm gonna use this particular one, but just want to see what I can do with this one. So that is... yeah, this is all hitting on D. So... not sure we're gonna need to shake her right away, but... let's try one of the other files. I have, this one has all... like, everything sounds quite similar. These are all very similar as well, but they do have an interesting sound to them. Again, D, from the looks of it. Let's just make a long... that part is quite cool. With these kind of sounds, I really just have to look at it on an EQ and see what that is doing. But this one, see, this is not even in a pitch. This is just all over the place. I would prefer one that is more... This one is all over the place as well, but it does have some really interesting sounds. Like, this one has a good clear pitch as well. It does move around in pitch, but we can kind of see what that is, that peak. So that is F. See, so we could kind of figure it out that way. But it's always gonna have, you're always gonna have to adjust things by ear as well. See, but these parts, you can kind of see. That's G sharp-ish. These ones, what pitch is that? That's hitting on a G. See, this is literally all over the place. So if that is hitting on a G, oh. Then this is E. Different sound. Oh, now I lost where that sound was. There. This moves all over the place. Because I was also moving the pitch bend wheel around and ooh. That part is nice. That doom doom. No. Let's move it there. I'm not gonna lose that one. That could be good for like a transition section somewhere. And there's another one right here. Like this entire section. Just taking some parts out of it that I hear could work, maybe. Interesting. It's also pretty cool. Like, just some of those sections are really cool. Ooh. That noise here on top of it. This section. Really good noise on top of that. Ooh. That's nasty. Phew, that entire section can be useful. Some good parts in there to chop out. Like, it just continues, actually. Okay, definitely. That entire section is just insane for little chops to take out. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I like resampling things, but you get really crazy things out of it, but these would not work as a main bass. Definitely not. These would not work for a main bass sound. They're too crazy for that. They're not consistent enough. They don't have enough sub. Like, you might be able to pull it off. An artist who has a lot of tracks that are a great example of, well, how do you say it? Messy sounds. Is Billin. Billin does really good tracks, but sometimes I wish his tracks were mixed and mastered a little bit better than what it is. But I can just hear in a lot of his bass sounds, they're a lot of times very messy, and that is most likely because he's doing a shitload of resampling and then just taking little chops from that, and then, you know, maybe low passing those to create like little basses and then processing them further. But they sometimes, his tracks can sound really sort of like, I guess, messy or muddy in a way. This one was made by just taking a bass, line and putting that into form in Reactor, and then using that, which is kind of like a granular synthesizer. Like, those weird noisy parts could really, well, those could work on top of maybe, I don't know, a snare drum on the end of a transition or something like that. Just weird sounds like that are great. Like that one has a clearer pitch. So this one you could actually use and process into a good bass. But don't really like the tone of it. And these weird parts, like, that's just for transition stuff. Great, you know. Just have to fiddle around and find out what part works. Like right there. That little raspy. That's just great. You can use that maybe somewhere. Yeah, that's nice. Let's chop these out as well. A little bit more, let's do that. Ooh. This part, it's actually a really nice part. I mean, good work. More of that. Yes, please. That's a glitchy part. At the end, yeah, okay. We got some weird sounds now. Spectral Resonator is great, yeah. Spectral Resonator is indeed great. I use that quite a bit lately. I was using that on this pad a lot. I need to piss again. Music. Well, fuck it. I don't have time to wait for music. I'll be back in a little bit. I need to piss. We'll just have the ambience. That works too. I'll be back in just a little bit. fucking loud. Okay. Little change of plan for now. Okay, I do want to have some, I have the snare drum right here. Let's take that snare drum real quick. Drop that here. Let's make some noise. Do until here. A bit long maybe, but better longer than too short. Reverse that, and let's move that over here. Just gonna fade these into each other like that. So that now I can use this. And I can put some EQ on that, first of all. Because we don't need any low end from this, so let's high pass that one. And I'm also going to add a low pass, which we're going to automate. Not sure if I like the part where it comes up again, so let's just not do that. Let's just do this. I'm just gonna fade it out. Let's just do this, so it fades out over time. What is that MIDI track? Nothing, okay. Now I wonder what the Spectral Resonator is gonna sound like on this. I'm not really liking that. Thanks for the pledge on Patreon too. Who was that? How do you pronounce that? Nusk? Nusk? Doesn't really matter how you pronounce it, but thanks for that pledge on Patreon. Thanks a lot. Patreon has been going well in the last few weeks. This is the second month that my Patreon is up, and I've doubled the amount of Patreon supporters since last month, since the first month, so it's going pretty good so far. I'm working on some more stuff to put on Patreon as well in the upcoming months, so I'm gonna be releasing some more stuff through Patreon. But thanks for that one. Thanks a lot. Hey, Contem, welcome. Okay, that's good. I do feel like we need something here as well. Something coming in. Maybe some vocal layer. Yes, come on. You can do it. Good. Let's see, which one am I gonna do? Where am I gonna do that? Somewhere in this section. that bass is so fucking crap right now, but I don't know what I want to do with the drop yet, so I figured let's just work a bit on the intro. We also have this one. Yeah, why is that not doing legato? Okay, it is doing it. Cool. Could be legato. That works. Yeah, I feel like this could indeed also work in front of the drop in a way, but... Like the drop is completely bullshit for now. See if I have a better bass for this one. Not sure if... It's better at least. Better than the one that it was. it's a little bit loud at the end there. Let's see if we can adjust that. If we use the volume, we should be able to reduce the volume here. Now it's also quieter at the start. There we go, that's better. This. mean, the vocal does kind of work going into the drop. Not sure if I like the first part, but this thing is way too fucking distorted. Bear with me. Oh, I was adding this one to the wrong channel. Like, I don't like this part, but here this does kind of work. Try saw wave. Although I don't really like what the saw wave does with FM in Vital, but for some reason the FM with the saw wave sounds different in Vital than in other synths. Yeah, it just does really weird stuff. weird sound. Happens if we take a sub. Not sure if that is a sub frequency. No. Weird. Now it sounds like a weird layer on its own, but with this one underneath it, it doesn't sound too bad. Oh. Okay, no, let's just repeat this. And then maybe do something different on the end. I'm thinking of making a different bass for this one though. But I guess for now this will be good. I'm probably not gonna do that vocal in the intro that I was making just now. I think it's gonna take away, I don't think the intro is a good vibe for that vocal, if you get what I mean. I think that other vocal that I made with Vital actually works better. Just. do want to check real quick what this sounds like in mono. Good. It sounds very similar in mono. That's really good. That's what you want. Let's group these two together. And check it one more time when they're together. See, that's good. We're losing a little bit of width, but it's not changing too much in terms of the sound. So that's a really good thing. That's what you want to have. Now, I guess we could try distorting the two together and processing them together so that they sort of like become more cohesive. A little bit of saturation on it, maybe. See, there is width, so that's nice. Okay, that takes away too much from that. So that frequency that I hear is here. Right there. Definitely want to leave a little bit of that in, I think. Oh, that's the noise base. Let's go back into this one. I need something that is going to change this one up quite a bit. That's something that I can modulate, maybe. Something on here, maybe. Oh, that's not doing anything on a sine wave. Okay. Not really. What could I do to this one to add something over time? Ooh. Okay, it takes away that oscillation, so that's not really what we want. got some weird sounds here. Let's see if we can make use of something that I have right here. Like, I can just take any random cut from this, to be quite honest. Doesn't matter. Why do I keep having audio tracks here that are not doing anything? Okay. I can just take a really short part from this. Look for something weird in here we can use. Oh wait, my bad. No, it kind of works. Okay. There's so many random stuff in here. I'm not even sure if this is in the same key. Probably not. Like, what is that? A G? It does kind of sound better, maybe. And we can take just any random part here. Search for something that we like. That last part kind of sounds nice. So many weird things in here. It has a little bit of a current value kind of style, that bass. Yeah, that's a sustain bass, this one. I do kind of like the tone of it and that it's so sustained. I mean, it could actually work. Just, I feel like it needs something. I'm not sure what. Maybe a bit of distortion to gel it all together. It's already clipping, so... See? I'll figure that one out. Too low LUFS. I'm not sure what this is right now. We can see. I mean, it's not really gonna get much louder than that. Without filling up the last final gaps. If you get what I mean. I'm gonna stop streaming though. It's midnight and I have to work tomorrow. So it's a little shitty, but it's just that. I can't really change that, which is too bad. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Thanks for being here, even though we didn't really do too much again. I've been having a bit of a writer's block lately, if you get what I mean, or if that's how we're gonna call it. It's not really a writer's block, but I don't know what it is. I'm not liking it, that's one thing, that's for sure. One of those. I'll break through it. Yeah, sorry, I mean, I'm gonna work tomorrow, so I can't stream till too late tonight, which is too bad, but hey. I have to catch some sleep, otherwise I'm not gonna like it tomorrow, you know? Anyways, any last questions? This would be the moment to ask. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be releasing a tutorial upcoming week. So the tutorial that is gonna come out upcoming week is about pads with Vital. Yeah, it's about making interesting pads with Vital. You need to go on a road trip. Yeah, go on a road trip. Well, that's not gonna be that easy right now with COVID going on. So yeah. I guess about probably about 80% of the country wants to go on a trip right now, but you can't, basically. And if you can, then it's gonna be heavily restricted, so yeah, that's also not gonna be fun. So a trip is not really an option at the moment. Maybe it's just that, you know? Maybe it's just that. The fact that you can't get out and do something. Like, I do miss it, though. Like, I do miss it. Going out and just having a fucking drink somewhere, you know? Just... like, I don't do that a lot, but... now I really cannot go out at all, you know? And not go out anywhere to just have a normal drink. Like there's the... I'm not sure, Gray, have they opened up stuff again here? Like, I'm just not even looking at it anymore at this point. But like, even if there would be places open now, then the only way to go there, you can't really spontaneously go somewhere, and that's really annoying, you know, because most of the times when I would go somewhere to have a drink, it's always spontaneous, you know. Now you have to make an appointment, and I'm not even sure if that's already an option in bars. I don't think it is. Maybe they're just doing some test things here and there. I saw that they did a soccer match with you know, a soccer match with people in the stadium again since a really long time. So they're doing some tests here and there with like what is possible, but honestly, our COVID approach hasn't really been too well in this country, so we're kinda still behind schedule, I think. Like, the vaccinations are kicking off, but I see plenty of countries all around the world who are already opening up way more than what we are doing, and we are just sitting here like this. Like, our approach was so annoying, and that's also, I think, why a lot of people here are done with it. And I'm like, okay, you know, I'm done with it, but hey, being done with it doesn't make COVID itself go away, right? So, I mean, I'm still gonna, you know, follow the measures and follow the rules and all that kind of stuff, but there's so many people in this country who are so done with it that they're just gonna say, fuck the rules, you know? And because of that, we have been in this same situation now for almost a year. Like, are you going to get vaccinated? I mean, fuck yes, if I'm gonna be able to go out again and do stuff. Like, this is annoying right now. You can't do anything. And if that's gonna open things up again, then yes, please. I mean, this is not nice. But the whole part here was like, yo, it's gonna be yeah, we're gonna go in lockdown for 2 weeks, and then those 2 weeks became 4 weeks, and then those 4 weeks became 2 months, and then those 2 months became hell of a year, and now everybody is completely done with it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, but that's the whole thing. Like, we were super slow with getting everything started with vaccinations and stuff, and then we had, you know, like orders for vaccinations, and then for the vaccines, and then the suppliers would not supply them to us, or at least not enough, and then the government was just, you know, incompetent, and you know, we got the vaccines, and then it was like, oh shit, we don't have the infrastructure in place yet. Like, holy shit, didn't you have like a couple of years or didn't you have like a full year to prepare for that? Like, damn, you had a full year as a government to prepare for the moment that the vaccines were going to be ready, and then the vaccines are ready, and then first of all you don't have the infrastructure in place, and then you don't have everything sorted out to get started right away. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You know, and that's just been dragging on now for such a long time. And then we also have the whole point in between that we're now trying to form a new government, which is also great timing. Right at the moment when the third wave is coming in, our government falls, and we are, you know, trying to set up a new government. So that's also not really the best timing, in my opinion. So yeah, it's just been a shit show altogether here, and I'm kind of waiting until I get a message from, yo, you can go and get vaccinated, but honestly, I'm one of the last persons to get my vaccine, so I don't expect to be anytime soon. Like, I know, like both of my parents, they're both above 60 now, and they both haven't had their vaccine yet, so that says enough, right? That says enough about the pace that we are going at, and they're being a little bit like, yo, they're being proud now. Yes, we're sort of like, you know, we're catching up, but I don't really see much of that yet in my personal space, if you get what I mean. There's like, I know people of an age that should be getting vaccinated now, but I don't hear them talking about it yet, and I've asked a couple of people, and they said, well, I haven't had one yet, so I'm not sure how fast it's really going. By this pace, I might be sitting here at the same spot in a year from now, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I see like from all over the world. I hear people from my age, from that are younger than me. Oh, I got my vaccine already, and all that kind of stuff. Here, just not like that. It's just going so slow, and it's so annoying. It's just like the one thing that is sort of like, I guess, giving people a bit of hope or giving people a bit of something to look forward to. Like, hey, things can be opening up again if people get vaccinated. And then that's the exact thing that you're going to be super slow on and make all kinds of mistakes on. Well, that's not really going to do much. It's not really going to do a lot of good things for, you know, the morale in the country, I guess. I wish they were a bit quicker here. That would be great. You think it's okay to upload to the new Ableton? I guess you mean upgrade instead of upload. I mean, yes, the new Ableton is great. It has a lot of cool features, but there's still a couple of things that are a little bit buggy in my opinion. But it doesn't happen on everybody's machine. So, I mean, you can just install Ableton 11 and install that next to Ableton 10 and just test it out and see if it works on your computer and if there's any like issues on your computer, and if there are issues you can always then go back to 10. Like, you don't have to replace your Live 10 installation with Live 11. If you the moment you install Ableton, it actually asks you where do you want to install this software, and then there's always an option at the bottom which you need to choose from. You need to choose between those two options, and one of them is replace. If you choose replace, it replaces the Ableton installation that you already have on your computer, and the other button is choose another location or something like that. So you would have to choose that one. Just choose a new location on your hard drive, and that way you can install both versions of Ableton. Because I actually right now I have Ableton Live 10 installed as well. I have both installed at the same time, just in case I might need to go back for some weird reason, Just joined. What does it sound like? Well, I can play it one more. I'm gonna play it one more time before we stop the stream. I'll just copy over this. Bass here, so that we have, I guess, this entire section of bass. Even though the bass is gonna be the exact same for the entire duration of this section, but hey. I feel you, that's definitely what it is though. Humans weren't meant to be stuck in stagnant energy. Oh, that's totally true. That's totally true. It's like I guess it's just, I wouldn't really be a person that would go out a lot, to be honest. Like, not necessarily, but if I do, then, like, sometimes I do have this urge to go out, and now it's even worse, because now we also have, a curfew that's been... How long have we had curfew for? I'm not sure if Gray is still here, but we've had curfew now for... I think... Was it last year already that they put that in place? No, they didn't. Oh wait, they did. Did they already put the curfew in place with New Year's Eve? I think they did, yes, because we did a whole New Year's Eve party in the Discord because everybody was on lockdown. Yeah. So... Our curfew has now been going on since New Year's Eve, I guess. So I'm not able to go outside. And even if I would go outside right now, then everything is closed anyway, because there's a curfew. And that's been going on for, like, quite a while now. It started in November in France. Yeah, I think we might have been close to that a little later, I think. But, like... Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just also to do with that. Like, lately I've been feeling a little bit just, I'm so done with it. Like, and I don't want to be that guy that's just gonna say fuck the rules and do whatever the hell I want, but it's getting harder and harder to keep following the rules. That's definitely true. And, I mean, I'm not gonna be that guy though, I'm telling you, but it is getting quite difficult at sometimes. I do think they changed our curfew now. It's changed to 10 p.m. I think, which is way better than 9 p.m. But even then, everything is still closed anyway. So it's like I'm not even sure if the curfew has that much effect. Like even without a curfew, there's nothing happening. So because of the lockdown, everything is closed. So there's nothing happening anyway. So even if you can go outside, then why would you, right? I just wished everything would just go open again so that I can just, even if I could just go out and just... It started on 23rd of January. Oh, okay, it was after New Year's then. There was something with New Year's though. We didn't have the fireworks, that was true, that was one thing. But wasn't there something else as well? Like, vague in my memory, I still have this thing where they were trying... Oh, I guess that was the fireworks ban. They banned fireworks this year because they didn't want people to go outside and fire fireworks together. That was the whole thing, which didn't work out at all, but... ban fireworks in a country where people already had bought fireworks in Belgium throughout the year. Yeah, that's gonna work. Yeah, it's just getting tiresome, you know? It's been taking so long, and it's just... And if there's like, you know, and if the government would make the right choices at the right time, then I guess it would be tolerable, or how do you say that? I guess I could tolerate it then, because right now they're making mistake on mistake on mistake, and then there's another whole crisis that comes to light that makes the government fall, and now they have to create a new government, and that whole process, oh my god. You guys are not all Dutch, there are a couple of Dutch people in here, but let me tell you something funny. We had voted, not past week, but the week before that, on Wednesday. Monday to Wednesday we had elections, and I voted on Wednesday, and 1 week after we had voted, the whole process after we vote, the whole process is that there's going to be the biggest political parties, right? Those are going to talk and see if they can form a government. And then there's going to be a couple of people that are going to guide them through this formation process. We had 2 people that were selected to do that. And one of them, she gets a message during the whole formation process while she's having conversations with the political parties and the politicians. She gets a notice that she has been in close contact with somebody who's tested positive for COVID. Well, the whole measures are, and the guidelines are that the government tells the people to listen to, is when you are in contact with somebody who tests positive, you go in quarantine, and then you let yourself test it. I think on the 5th day of quarantine or something. After 5 days you have to get yourself tested, and then if the test comes back negative, you can go out of quarantine again, and if it comes back positive, then, well, I guess you got COVID. So, theoretically, she would have had to go in quarantine, but she didn't. She went to work, and she went to continue with the negotiations. And then she also had herself tested in the meantime, and she gets a message during the whole formation process and the whole talks that she has with the other politicians. She gets a message that her test has come back positive. So now she has to rush back home, and now all the politicians have to go have themselves tested because they've all been in the same room with her. Like, it's such a fuck up. Like, holy shit. And then on the way out, on the way home, she has a piece of paper in her hands, and on that piece of paper there's literally all kinds of notes from the whole negotiation talks that are basically secret, you know. The press is not supposed to know what they're talking about right now. And there's just notes on that piece of paper, and the press, obviously, a photographer, had photographed her walking away out of the government building, and they had zoomed in on that piece of paper, and they basically saw all a bunch of things, and there was actually a whole bunch where they were talking about a politician who's actually at home right now because he has a burnout. So it's like, they're talking about other politicians' backs right now, about putting them into different positions. I don't know why, but it's such a mess. And yeah, and that's just, it doesn't help. I just hope they're gonna be able to form a government soon, because otherwise it's gonna be such a shit show in the coming time. I think Sweden also had a bit of a... You guys ignored it for a really long time. And it actually went pretty well at first. But then I think right now you're having a pretty tough time as well, right? Like, I don't know, it just feels like... Like, sometimes I just think, like, can you just make even more mistakes than you've already done? Like, is there anything more you can do wrong, and then they'll probably do it wrong, you know? Oh, I know. There's places in the world which are way worse, but the main problem is that we have the technology, we have the people that are smart enough to do this right. You know, we have the companies that are really well versed in IT and all that kind of stuff. So we have the people to do it right. But then the government doesn't do it. Or we have plenty of companies that could assist in making sure that the whole process of getting everybody vaccinated is going to be guided well, and that it's going to happen well, so that everything is going to be done well, right? And that everything is going to be registered right. We have the right people and the companies to be able to do that, but then the government doesn't contact those companies. They don't ask them to help, and that's also an issue, you know? Like, we have the people, but you gotta ask them, and if they don't do that, then it still ends up going fucked. So, like, if you are living in a country where it's not, I guess, you don't have the right resources to do everything right, then I guess it makes sense, but here it's just a big fuck up. Oh no, it's not been that good here. Like, I guess we can still go out during the day and all that, but there's so many people that are just not listening to the measures anymore. There's so many people who are buying into the conspiracy theories. We've got, heck, we've even got politicians that buy into them, so hey, that says enough. The populist government party that actually, they doubled in size since the last election, so that's not a good sign. So yeah, there's some, we're dealing with some issues too, that's for sure. I love how it turned into a politics stream. Oh boy. Anyways, I'm gonna be catching some sleep. I'm gonna work tomorrow, so thanks for being here. I'm gonna be back again upcoming week with a tutorial, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see that one. I'm gonna be in the Discord as well, so if you want to join the Discord, then I'll drop the link to the Discord in the chat right now as well. And if you want to help support me with doing more tutorials and live streams about music production, then you can support me on Patreon, and you'll be able to grab some downloads there as well with patches for Vital, and what else do I have on there? Oh yeah, my Ableton skin is on there. I have a pack with noise files right now that you can use in Vital and Serum in the noise oscillator. And yeah, I'm going to be posting a lot more stuff on there soon, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks a lot for being here. I'll play this thing while the stream is ending. So if you want to listen to this one more time, then stay tuned. I'm also going to be back Friday with another live stream, so if you want to join me live again, then you have to tune in upcoming Friday on 8:30 p.m. Amsterdam time. So that was it. If you want to go and continue, have a chat, then come join the Discord. I'll be there as well after I've grabbed something to eat, and then I'll see you guys soon. Peace.